Hello, it's me, and I made a Valorant map in Minecraft because I don't know how to use 3D software. Like if this gets enough recognition and enough likes, and I'll like go over the history behind it all. But I'll just give it to it right now because I'm assuming that's what everyone's here for. Right now we are in CT spawn, defender spawn. Right now it's like a little bar area, lounge area. Let's start A site right here. This is basically gonna be an air themed map, or really, this could be any themed map. The whole purpose is that you're able to fall off the map and die from doing that. This is the A site. This site is like a lot smaller than I wish it to be. I could probably expand it like somewhere more here or here probably. There's a heaven here that's like similar to Haven's heaven, but it's not like as tall, and you can drop off in back site. And moving on to the other side of a site, there's a little catwalk connecting the two areas here. There's also a generator just for cover, really, because without this, it's really open. Of course, there needs to be cover for the attackers to plant the spike. This area I think is the best way to do it, but mainly because a safe place to plant is should be a safe place to defuse. Like on the split as well, you see like the default is not planted for anywhere else but backside. It's like the same logic as that. So the more open you are, the more vulnerable you are to a position, but that makes it more vulnerable for the defenders to like actually defuse. I think that's all the topics I wanted to cover on A side, but yeah, let's move to A main, which is, I think, probably the most important space you want to control. Because I feel like if you have control of A main, you can put like, let's say if you're playing Cage, you can play turret here, you can place a cam here, you can play a trip. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do for A main that you can allow yourself to watch mid. Or honestly, you could do the opposite. You can like place a turret mid right here because the sightline is so long for whatever reason, and then you could take A main or watch A main. Before we get to like all the attacker areas, let's go to the other defender side. I just want to cover the defender side before we cover the attacker side. So now we're back in the spawn. We're gonna go to the right, and this is not B lobby. This is I just call it CT. Yeah, it has two entranceways. One is like on an elevated platform. You could call this heaven maybe, and then one is I'd consider CT mainly because it's like the main entrance point. But yeah, this one's a lot more simpler than the other one. The where you could fall off is on the edges, not in the center. Compared to A side, there's a lot more rat angles you can play in. As a defender or an attacker, you can hide behind this area right here. You can also hide behind these boxes right here as well. And specifically for attackers, you can hide right here, which I just thought it'd be funny. You could also hide right here. This is pretty ratty, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like as an attacker, this site is pretty like easy to take. You can have either a smoke here or a sage wall. I think sage would be good on this map. You can have like a sage wall like right here so you can plant behind this box safely. Or you can have a sage wall right here so you can plant safe. Or like, I consider this safe because it's in a corner. B main, on the other hand, looks oddly similar to one of the other maps. I just wanted to do like a split type. There's a little cubby here, like there's a little cubby here, like there is in split. There's a little box here, like there is in split. Now, unlike split's B main, there is like a wall bangable area here you can do from mid, and there is like an area for utility to go in, and I mean recon bolts and recon bolts only to go in. And now let's look at mid, and honestly, I think this is probably one of my least like thought out areas of the map. I don't think this is like greatly designed. There's a lot of rat spots here, so lurkers will have the time of their life in here. Like, I think this is incredible. There's one here as well. There's one right here for lurkers. I guess you can also hug the yellow container. You could also play here. You could also play here. This is my favorite spot right here. If you have some sort of like vertical mobility, you can play up here. Some of you have probably seen this throughout the video, and probably are asking what this is, why is it here. So this is really just to like replicate the fracture door on A site. I just wanted it to be very similar, where it makes noise if you go in or out, so like people can hear you if you want to like pinch A main, take A main, like especially if bomb is planted right here. If you want to flank them, like they'll hear the door open, so they'll know if there's a possibility that it could happen. Of course, people from B can just rotate mid and not make a single noise, but like having this here makes it like, I guess, less likely. This site as a whole is really hard to like hold down as both attackers and defenders. So, but yeah, That's basically me. Now on to the attacker side. I think this is the least thought out part of the map. Defenders who love to flank and love to be in like the enemy spawn, this would be a dream for them because there's a hallway here that you could hide. There's some boxes you can hide. There's an area you can actually get up on, like up here. I made it accessible. You can hide behind probably every one of these pillars. But yeah, I think the whole thing I was trying to get on is like a storage room, just like a general storage room that's for some whatever reason abandoned. Which again doesn't make sense for an air themed map. That's why like this would work a lot better if this would be like on water in the ocean. Let's start on A site again. We have this little railing on the side and a stairway. More boxes you can hide behind. There's another hallway here that you can hide behind if you want. And then this is where the barrier's gonna start for the attackers. There's a little bridge here, and luckily there's like not really any spots you can opt from. I just made this little cubby for anyone who wants to like hold here or lurk here. So moving on to B-side, there's a little like wooden thing again for lurkers or attackers or flankers to like hide behind. If maybe like if they're pushing, this is cover to like defend yourself. This is actually B lobby, believe it or not. There's a box here that you like people can hide behind. Again, attackers or defenders, flankers or lurkers. I don't know why it's so long. It's very narrow. It's like it reminds me of old Split, you know, like where B made to B site, the hallway was like very narrow. It's like this narrow. Kind of reminds me of that. Well, now you get to see it again. So, yeah. Would Riot add this map to the game? Probably not. Most likely not. I hope they don't. I mean, it'd be pretty awesome if like they did, and I had like the credibility to like say this is a map I made. But like overall, like I don't think it's a map to be like that should be ruled in pro play. You know, like as funny as funny as I can imagine it being, like I don't see it in pro play. Again, if you want me to like do the history behind this map and like how I made this map, please tell me. I think the best way of telling me is liking the videos. That's really all of the map right here. So if you made it this far, I just want to thank you for watching, wasting your time on this video. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.